Hey guys, it's Mrs. Lamphere, and in this video we're going to be looking at the Webmaster role website assignment. And for this assignment, you're going to need to be using your essay that you wrote back in Unit 1. So make sure you have that completed and ready to go. And if it's not already in Notepad, make sure you copy and paste it over to Notepad so that looks something like this. I am actually using Sarah Kilsch's Webmaster role assignment today, so thanks Sarah for letting me borrow this. And so I have this in Notepad, and I already got a couple questions from you guys about how to keep the text all showing in the window, because you might see it roll off the window like this and go clear to the side of the Notepad. So if you simply highlight it and say Format Word Wrap, it keeps it within the window size of your Notepad. So just a friendly tip there for you. So here's again, this is the essay for the Webmaster role assignment. And now we're going to take that assignment and turn it into a web page. So first, let's save this assignment as, and you should have already done this, but in case you haven't, we're going to be naming it CSS assignment.html. So I'm going to go ahead and save it in my portfolio Unit 2 folder as CSS assignment.html. So I have it there in my Unit 2 folder, .html, hit save, and then we're ready to go. So the first thing I want to do is go back in section 2 and check out part C where we talk about CSS style sheets. So CSS stands for Cascading Style Sheets, and what this is good for is we can create a style which includes the font type, the color of the font, spacing, and more. So we can include all of that into one style and then apply it to a chunk of our website instead of having to type in, because you know coding has a lot of typing, and so instead of having to retype the font, the name, the style, the color, the size, all that stuff every time we want to apply it to something, we can just simply apply the class or the style that we create in CSS and apply that to a bulk of our website. So for instance, and that'll make more sense here in a second. So first, when we create styles, we're going to tell the browser that we're about to define a style, and this is the code we use to tell them, okay, we're about to define some styles here for our website, and there should actually be another quotation mark on the other side of text, but we will get to that. So this is an example of a style called normal font, and whenever I apply this style normal font to my website, it's going to automatically turn my text on the website into Arial font, size 12, color, I believe that's blue, and strong, font weight strong, which means to bold it. So you're saying, okay, I want this paragraph to have the normal font style, and so it's automatically going to attribute all of those definitions of this style to that bulk of text. If we go to the next page in our section, we can kind of see several of these styles all at once. So again, here's the heading of our web page. We start it by saying, okay, we're going to define some of these styles now that we want you to use throughout the web page. So the first style is called paragraph. Whenever I apply the style, you're going to make it green, you're going to make it bold, and you're going to make it 12-point font. Then I have another style called page title. Whenever I apply this style, you're going to make the text 16-point, Times New Roman font, bold, I believe that's white or black, and then center align the text. So you can see then down here when we get to the body of the text, they apply the style by applying the class. So you say class equals page title. That means you're reaching up here, any text that follows is going to have the page title style applied to it. So that should make this text 16-point font, Times New Roman font, bold, and black. And this line of code says, okay, with this line of text, you're going to apply the paragraph style. So when we apply the paragraph style, it's going to make it green, bold, 12-point font. And so down here you can see this is what that text would look like as a website. The first style, page title, makes it black, larger, and bold and centered. And this next style called paragraph makes the text green, and bold also. So that's kind of how you apply the different styles to your website. So for our assignment, we need to define some styles and apply them and turn this essay into a website. So I'm a big believer in not reinventing the wheel. So I already know back from section 1, part C, how I need to start out my website. So I'm going to copy all of this code and go ahead and paste it in here in order to just kind of then I can just go in and make my adjustments in this code and it will apply it to my website. So again, I don't it's probably good practice for you to type all of this code, but at the same time, it'll save some time. You've already seen it once, you already know what it means, so we can copy and paste it to where we need it. I'm going to take my Webmaster role title and replace the howdy title with Webmaster roles. That should probably be roles. And delete that from down here. Okay, so then my next line of code says, okay, I'm about to define some styles for my text here. And it says, let's go back to our instructions. Section 2, part F. So we need to use internal CSS to set the properties for the page. We're going to need the following items in your CSS. We need a background color, table properties, text properties, and citation properties. So that's a total of 1, 2, 3, 4 different styles that we're going to need to create. So I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste this a few more times, 4 total, because we're going to need to define all these different styles anyways. So the first style, I'm going to go ahead and name this paragraph because I want to define what I want the text of my paragraph to look like. So this already has Arial font, 36-point bold, and the color blue, I believe that is. So I'm going to now go in and make some changes to what I want my text to look like. So I'm going to go and open up from back in section 1, part E, where we went to the assignment. There's that link to the different colors. So I'm going to go in and first choose the color that I want my font to be. So go ahead and then I'm going to replace the current code that they have for the color and replace it with a color code that I want. Okay, so I went ahead and changed the font family to Calibri because that's my favorite font. I changed it to 18 size font. I left it bold and then I applied this dark blue color code is what I put in there. So I've defined my paragraph style and how I want it to look. So the next one, let's see, we need to change, I need to go back to the assignment here. So I changed my text properties. Now I need to change my background color. So let's go back to, actually I'm going to go back to section 1, part C, because I know this dealt with some background color. So you'll see that, and I'm going to go ahead and copy this. So I've already got, they've kind of started out what that style is going to look like for me. So I can copy that code, go back to my notepad here, and I'm going to highlight what I have for title text because I don't need that. I want to do my background color. So I paste the code for my background color, then I go back to my color palette here and choose what color I want for my background. So copy and paste the code you want for your background color. I chose like a nice gray color here. And then let's go back to our assignment. And next we have background color, we have text properties, we need to do some title properties and citation properties. So let's do next title properties. So the title of our web page is again Webmaster roles. I'm going to type that back in there because that's going to be the title of our page. and I'm going to want to apply this title text. We can go ahead and leave that style the name it is because it works, title text. So this is what I want my title to look like. And so now we kind of go in and adjust maybe the font size, the color. So make those adjustments on your own and in order to create what you want your title to look like. Okay, so I went ahead and all I did was change the color because I decided I wanted to leave it a different kind of style font than what my paragraph was, make it a little bigger, leave it bold, and I changed the color to like a maroon color. So that's going to be the title style that I'll apply to the title of my web page. And next we need some citation properties. So let's go back to our notepad. And we've already kind of done this one before. Back on the invitation, let's go check that one out. When we did our invitation, we cited where we got that image from that we used on our invitation, and that we defined that text with this cite text style. I'm going to go ahead and copy the cite text style and replace my other title text in my notepad with cite text. And now I can go ahead and make the changes in this style for what I want the text of my citation to look like. So remember, we have those citations of the different websites that we used for our essay. And so this is going to tell our website to use this font, this size, this color, and so on when we type that text. Okay, so I went in and switched that information for my cite text style, and I made it Times font, 12 point in size, normal weight, so it's not bold, it's just kind of normal, and then I changed the color as well. So we are done defining our styles. Now we can kind of work on the body of our. So with the body of our text, I'm going to go back to this section 1 part C because I know that's where a lot of the code that I want to use is. And you can see that to kind of end our styles, we need to do the close style tag, close heading tag, and then begin with the body and then the span class of our background color. So I'm going to go ahead and let's see, do I want this centered? I'll go ahead and copy that centered portion too. I'm going to copy all of this code, go back to my notepad, and paste that next. So that tells me, okay, I'm done with working on my styles and my heading. Now I'm moving to the body of my website, and I want to make sure that I apply the background color. So I have the class equaling BG color, which will then apply my BG color style, which makes my background this gray color. And I really don't need a table with all of this, so I'm going to kind of ignore this table code here. And let's go ahead and save this and open it up in Firefox just to kind of see where we're at. Okay, good. So I told it to have a gray background, so it does. And right now I have the whole thing centered because I haven't adjusted that yet. So right now it looks just like what our code is telling it to do. We have our background color applied, and it is centering our text, and then it has all of our text showing. So now we need to kind of make some changes to apply our title style, our paragraph styles, and our citation style. To apply our paragraph style, I'm going to go back to section 2, part D, where it talks about internal CSS styles, because this will give me the right code that I need in order to set up my paragraph. So I already have the style defined. Now I need to insert it into the body of my website. So I'll go ahead and pull up my code here. Okay, so let's first get my title set up here. So I want to enter the code pspan class equals, and I want my title to have the properties of my title text style. So you'll notice up when we're defining the style, we start with the period and then enter the name of the style. And when we're down here in our code, we simply put the name of the style in the quotation marks. So then we put our close tag, there, and that will apply it to Webmaster roles. And actually, so I want my Webmaster roles title to be centered, but I don't want all of my text to be centered. And with this center tag right here, that's going to apply it to all my text. So I'm going to go ahead and delete that from there and add it to my title text style, so that it will only apply it to the text that I apply this style to. So I'm going to do text align and say center. Okay, and then also we need to make sure that we close this paragraph here at the end of Webmaster Rules. So basically what we said with this line of text is, with this new paragraph, we're going to apply the style title text to this text typed here, close that paragraph. So now that we've, and I kind of cheated and put this here earlier. So now that that style is going to be applied only to the text that shows up within those open and closed tags. So now with this next paragraph, we need to restart the code for the paragraph. So copy and paste that current code. And for the body paragraph of our website, we're going to apply the paragraph style. And when you're coding, it's a lot easier. I'm, again, like I said, a big believer in copy and pasting, and that also helps with kind of minimizing errors. So if I were to type paragraph and I misspell it, then that's going to throw me off, and it might take me a while to figure out where I went wrong. So if you copy and paste a lot of the same text or a lot of the words that you used, that will kind of eliminate errors as well. Okay, so I just started my new paragraph. I defined the style. I have the text of my paragraph all throughout here. And so at the end of that paragraph, I'm going to close this paragraph tag, with the backslash or /P tag. Okay, so again, that tells me I'm ending this paragraph and I'm ending this application of this style. Okay, the last piece of text that we need to apply a style to are our citations for our essay. So I'm going to, again, let's copy the start of this style, apply it, change this to the name of our citation text style. We can copy and paste that in here. And so that will apply it to this text. And then at the end, we want to, again, close that paragraph. All right, go ahead and save that. And you'll see this text down here, the code down here in your text. To end the site, we need to close tag body and close tag HTML. So that kind of tells our website that this is the end of the body of my paragraph and the end of the website. File, save. Okay, so let's see what all of that looks like, because I'm missing one step, but I want you to kind of see what this is going to look like first. All right. Oh, actually, that looks better than I thought. So this is our website. This is everything we told it to do in the code. So let's pull that back up. We have our title, Webmaster roles, with the style text or the style title text applied. We have our background color applied. We have the text of our paragraphs applied. But you'll notice I have two paragraphs that I kind of have separated out in my notepad, but it kind of bunches them all together on my website. So we're going to fix that here in a second. Same with these citations. So we have our two citations, but they appear on the same line. So we need to kind of fix that a little bit here. So let's go back to our code. And in order to kind of create some separation, or in order to make like if you're typing in Word, it would be like you would return to go to the next line, right? So we have to tell our website that, hey, we want you to return after this line in order to begin a new paragraph. And in order to do a return, It is open tag dr post tag. So that is that's the code to put it to add a return to our text. So I want one in between my paragraphs, and I also want one in between my citations there. So let's save that and go back, reopen that up. And there we go. That's a little better. So you can see it created some separation. And so maybe you want even one more space in between your two paragraphs. I kind of like it that way so that I can really tell that there are two different paragraphs there. I'm going to add in one more. View that. Perfect. So I have my title with my style particular to that title. I have my paragraphs, and I have my sources. And you'll notice that those sources aren't linked, but we will actually get that. I think we get to links, creating hyperlinks in the next section, so we will get to that. So as you can see, as my website kind of progressed through those last several changes, and we should be good to go. So let's go back to the actual assignment and make sure we've included everything. So we created the background color, title properties, text properties, and citation properties. And we used 3 different fonts, so make sure you're using kind of a different font to show me that you know how to change the fonts within those different styles. So you should be using at least 3 different fonts. Save your essay to the Unit 2 folder. Call it cssassignment.html. And since the file contains since this assignment only contains one file, you don't need to zip it. You can just submit that HTML file to me. And let's see, make sure we get all of our points. You have your 2 sources cited. You completed this in Notepad and saved it properly. I won't be able to find any spelling errors, hopefully. You made changes in color, font, and size, 3 different fonts. All colors look good together, easy to read, nothing that's too bright or overwhelming. And the file is named and submitted correctly. So make sure you're doing all of those things in order to get full credit for this assignment.